Tunaendelea sana na mahojiano tukiwa na Sebastian mwenyewe, na kwa haraka kabisa anapokuwa anajaribu kuweza kutueleza mengi zaidi na mipango iliyopo. Kwa kweli tumeweza kuzungumza kuhusu kikosi cha AFCON kile ambacho umeweza kutolewa wachezaji 30 na bado kitakuwa kinapigwa mpanga na kuweza kuelekea. Sebastian, we need to talk about the squad before we talk about the friendly matches and then the preparation. I believe now there's no issues of lack of payment, blah blah blah. The mood is okay from your end. But now there's a point that you are trying to explain about getting a team where at times people believe that you have left a better player according to them. And this is the cry of some of the Kenyans, that they believe there were some players that according to them they deserved a chance to go to AFCON.
The main difference between the fans and me, I'm not a fan. I try to think about the best harmony for my group and the player able to have a positive attitude to manage something in terms of competition for all players, and I cannot react like a fan.
Yeah.
It's not possible. I don't care about the club. The player is from Leopards, Gormaya. I don't care about it. What I want, good player for my team. It's so important. And of course, every time when you have to make choice, you cancel some faces, some smile. It's not easy to do that, but it's my job.
So what are you telling Kenyans? Okay, let me take you back, because you tried during the press conference that you had. You tried to explain, because guys asked specific question, for example, about the Jackson Jesewere playing for number 7 league in Africa, scoring many goals. People believe he can add something to your squad. He's not there in the squad. You try to explain, but still guys are asking question about him missing on that squad. Can you elaborate more on that?
I can try again to convince you, but no, there is some reality in football. We will travel with 26 players during the preparation, and at the end, 23. Honestly, you have 18, 19 players in your mind, and after you add some players, we need to learn during this competition. If you have someone as a GC or another one, with experience, not happy to be on the bench. You bring some negative attitude in your group. At this time, I need positive attitude, someone happy to be there and ready to bring positive attitude for all the players, to support them every time.
Whether on the first lineup or not.
Yes, exactly. For example, it's the case with the third goalkeeper. We can discuss between Saruni and Oyemba, for example. There's a hierarchy with my 2 best goalkeepers. With Matassi and Farouk, there is no discussion for that. And after, I need to think about the harmony. You know, the third goalkeeper for this kind of competition has to be available to work more than the 2 other one. You know, he will be ready to give more job with the striker if it's necessary, and to be happy every time to support well the 2 others goalkeepers. And we have a good harmony with these 3 goalkeepers. Is it interesting for me to change that? No. It's not the good time for it. Maybe in September, you know, but at this moment it was not the good time for it. We need to continue with the same harmony. For GC, he has already 30 years old, okay? He's in, yes, the best striker in Zambian league. It's not the best in the world. I respect this league, but it's a reality.
But it's above us. It's above us.
And after, I prefer actually maybe to have a young one like Avire, to see him during 3 weeks between my hands, because maybe in my first 11, I have other option than Avire or Jesse Were today. And it's important to follow him during this time of preparation. you know.
Maybe, Coach, on that line, about some of these players, the question of the ability of the players to gel and all that, 90% of the players who are in the squad were there, in the team, when we were qualifying. There are just a few players who are not in the qualifying process, and like, for example, Ayub Timbe, because of injury and all that. Like, what are you doing to make sure that they are able to gel within the very short time that is remaining, and they are part of the unit, the whole group you're talking about, the likes of Bamba, the players who are not entirely in the process of qualifying?
I send also a message for the future dual citizen, because we contact some of them during the qualifier phase, and the first one who accept to come and to show me some quality during the training session, it was Bamba. And some of them now wake up because we are qualified, but it's too late for them. Maybe for the next competition, we will open the door for some of them.
So according to the coach, he was there when you needed him and he proved himself
yes,
at the right time.
Unfortunately for him, for last game, we had a problem of regulation, but he was there during the training session, and during the training session, he showed me his quality, show me and for the group. And in terms of behavior, it was also interesting. For example, some English player came for Olympic team, but they didn't show the same. For him, he showed something. And maybe it can be interesting for future. He already played for youth national team in Sweden. It's not nothing. We cannot compare with the level in Kenya, you know. And he is in the last 30. After, I don't know if he will be in the last 23. He will give me some answer during the preparation.
The training. There's some people who are asking, where was he? Why now? There's some guys are asking, okay, Bamba, where was he? There are some guys who have been here with us, have been struggling since the last AFCON that we qualified. There are some guys have been here who, according to Kenyans, believe these guys deserve a chance. So that you motivate them. Just
and you know, it's an addition also of different association, different mentalities to try to build the best group, you know. And we didn't have this kind of style of player.
Yeah.
And you need to be able also to play with my style, you know. For me, the attacker is the first defender, you know. As you can see in the high level, when you can see the different game of Suarez for Barcelona, he's the first defender, you know. And we try to develop the same. It's so important, and I think we have some profile like it.
No. Let's talk about the friendly matches, the two friendly matches that we are supposed to play in France before now going to Egypt. According to you, are these teams or these countries the best teams to give you the best challenge, bearing in mind your opponents, the group? Or it was just the teams that were able for you to convince?
Madagascar and Gambia.
There is different things. It's important to find international games against national team. It was the case in France. With some profile, not so far, but it's difficult to find the same team than Senegal. They are first in Africa. Okay, so it's complicated, but I want to be focused also during these games with my team, you know, to try to continue to work consistently defensively, to continue to have the confidence to train the confidence for that, and to develop something in attack. We will see, but the more important is to be ready the 23rd of June against Algeria.
What do you need from Kenya now, after all that? What do you need from Kenya?
The support of Kenya, yes, of the fan and positive attitude around the team. We need also, I was not happy because since a few days I can we make effort for this team as never. They need to win the tournament, my friend. We need to be serious. Everybody outside the country is laughing if he hears the same thing. there is some reality in football. We are back in this kind of tournament. We were absent during 15 years. Kenya never won one game in the final tournament. Only one, but without stake, we were already eliminated. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And but we need to tell that, you know, I'm not a liar. I cannot say yes, we will win the final. No, it's not true. If we are qualified,
you need to be realistic.
Yes, and in the last 16 best team in Africa, it will be so amazing for Kenya today, and we will be on the way to build something for the future. And you know, effectively, I asked for a camp in Europe. We have a camp in Europe.
Yeah.
We have a new company for equipment. But it's a minimum to survive in the high level. You know, it's not a huge event, a huge facility. It's not a huge gift. It's a minimum to survive at this level. And I don't speak about private plane as Senegal, as other team, Algeria, Morocco, you know, Ghana. It's not the same. We cannot compare, but we are on the way. My president made a lot of effort. Today, for example, we have a medical department around the nationality, one of the best in Africa. But it's fantastic. We cannot say, no, we need to win because, no. It's necessary if we want to be on the way to build something strong for the future.
On the way. There's something very interesting, Coach, and most of the Kenyans have not seen Ayub Timbe play. I need to ask you this for a long time now, and he's coming back after being suspended, then that long-time injury. Maybe what is the progress so far, because I know you have been in contact with him. Can Kenyans expect to see him in the first match against Algeria, maybe?
I don't know if he will be ready. I have a doubt. It was the reason I put him in the last 26. And I will see myself in France. It's a bet between him and me. Unfortunately, it was impossible for us to work together last year. Yeah. But he showed his quality in the past, and we don't have a lot of players like him. And we will see if he's ready or not. It's a race for him now. He returned in China. He will play the first game maybe this weekend, few minutes. I follow him by video. My physio in Europe follow him when he was in re-education in Belgium. We will see. I'm not sure he will be ready. But I'm not sure he will not be ready.
You're still monitoring him. In fact, we can come this side, coaches. People are really applauding you for some of the things that you did, like now trying to bring healthy competition or a local league. For example, having someone who's scoring many goals, Alan Wanga being included, having the likes of Yvonne Souza who have tried to show some brilliance on their team also being included. It's a good thing, and we believe that maybe it will motivate others, other players to try and work hard, knowing maybe in future, if I show my skills, then Sebastian Mine will give me a chance.
What you have to know, it's important also. I was in France for a show with a Canal Plus TV, and they demonstrated Kenya was one of the team with more locals inside the team. Locals and locals on the continental, on the Africa, you know, because we have some players in Zambia, in Libya, in South Africa. We have a lot of locals, but it's important.
Let's talk about some of the young lads that have given a chance. You have given them a chance so that they can fight for this chance. Because still, 30 is a big number. We are waiting for the 26 number, then we are waiting for other numbers. So let's talk about these two players, apart from the cries of someone being left out. These players, Bernard Ochieng, Joseph Okumu.
Two young players. I told you I need to think also about the future. And unfortunately, I didn't use them in my first 11. it was necessary for me to make choice, and I chose Moussa, Joash or Mandela.
Yeah.
I bet on the experimented players, but Joseph Okumu is the captain of Olympic team. He showed me during this game his qualities. He's not far to be in the first 11. Huh? I hesitate if he was there for the second leg against Ghana. I think he played. And Bernard showed different qualities. Maybe for the future, he has the possibility also to play right side. It's important.
Yeah, Philemon is going to play.
Yes. And Philemon or David Owino tomorrow. We need every time to have several options for this position. For example, Cheche play only centre-back midfield, but not at the good level with Leopard actually, but centre-back. Bernard had the possibility to play, maybe we have a possibility to develop something with him.
So
in
according
the right
to you
side.
coaches, you are also considering, taking into consideration the issues of maybe I can use him also as a central defender,
Yes.
also as a fullback or something like that. That's why you gave him a good example for Bernard.
And Joseph, I told you, I think with his quality, if he's fit, he's not far to play.
Not far to play.
And is the future, I think, of the national team.
Just maybe to ask a question, you mentioned something very interesting about how some of the players are versatile, can be used in the centre-back and the full-back positions. And of course, in your qualifying stages for Harambee Stars, there were those players that were very regular in those places, but the right wing has been consistent. Philemon Otieno. On the left, we have been having Abud Omar and Marcelo. But Marcelo somehow, sometimes appearing to be playing like an offensive. Maybe, is there still a decision about them on the left? Or can we say that now Marcelo is an offensive, or Abud is a guy to talk about in the defense?
It's fantastic for me. I have the possibility to use this player in different positions, and he gave me different options. It would be the case maybe during the tournament. For example, against Algeria, maybe it will be interesting to add Marcelo with Abud Omar, you know. But against Tanzania, it will be another game. Maybe we will have a possession, and it will not be the same.
So it depends on the opponent that you.
Exactly. But I'm happy because he offered me several possibilities.
Okay, I think you have already talked about Ayub Timbe, Kryptin Mieso. There's also something I want to talk about, match fitness of Masoud Juma. What can you say about that? Because he has been missing much fitness, he has not been playing of late. What can you tell guys?
I will have some answer about him also during the next days. He arrived yesterday from Libya. That means he has a motivation to be ready and to compete, to be on the last list. I will have some training session Monday and Tuesday with some locals, and Masoud will be there. He start, I think, the training today with one local club. Of course, his situation was difficult in Libya, but we have 1 month before the beginning of the competition, and he showed me before, and it's important. He showed me during the training session, he showed me he was available to give something for the national team in Ghana, for example. It was not easy without some players in the first 11. He showed us something, and he has a potential. He's a young player. He contributes to offer you also the winning during the Sekafa trophy, and it's important. You know, it's a kind of player better under pressure.
In and outside the pitch, that's what we are looking at. Now, there's an issue also. There are some players who have not proved that much on the national team, but they are doing well on their league teams. But these players, what can you do to these players so that, despite the fact that they are not doing well on the national team, but they believe if given a chance and the right direction from a coach like Sebastian Minye, they can have a difference with that national team? Because there are guys maybe who have not been scoring on the national team, defenders who are not being perfect on the national team, but still are doing good on their leagues. But now that doesn't mean that they are not supposed to be featured on the national team. What can you do? Because they feel like the morale is down.
What is sure, when you have a chance to show your quality, try to show your quality. If you didn't show nothing, it's difficult. Maybe you will have a second chance, but not 26.
26.
Okay. Maybe just a very quick one, Rashid, before we go to Avire and Isuza. I know we are talking about now the forwards, and it appears one of the areas that has lacked consistency is the striking, and most of the times we are forced maybe to play with Olunga as the main man. In the case of, like, for example, you're not impressed fully going to the last election, are we going to see a situation where maybe you use attackers from the wing going to attack using maybe a centre forward, one centre forward? Because you've talked about John Avire, he has something to show you going forward. The same thing with Masoud Juma, and the same case with Bamba. Are we expecting maybe a situation whereby one day we see you seeing maybe from the flanks, the wingers, and some attacking midfielders with one centre striker going to the AFCON?
We will see. We will have 3 weeks to prepare AFCON, and I will have some answer. For John Avire, if he was available for Ghana, he used to play with us, but at this time I prioritize the Olympic team, and I let him, like Ovela, with Ndokumu, with his team. But now I think it's a good time. It was also to send a message for him, for Isuza. I don't know if he will be on my final list, but it was to send a message, be ready, because it's not the end of your career, it's not the end of football for Kenya. After we have a Shan with the best locals, and I need you, my friend.
But if he can prove himself now,
I think Sunday we have a huge derby.
Yeah. So
of course, if he scores some goals, if he show me he's a boss on the field, better than the other players, he will give me some answer, positive answer.
Thank you so much. Now, kama umeweza kumsikia Sebastian mwenyewe anasema kwamba wachezaji wengi ambao wameweza kujumuishwa hapa, ameweza kuangalia vitu vingi, lakini cha msingi amesema kwamba kuna kile kitu ambacho mchezaji analeta binafsi katika kikosi, nidhamu yake na pia ile maadili yake. Kuna baadhi ya wachezaji ambao watakosa nafasi kwa sababu maadili yao huenda yakaharibu ule msuko wa kile kikosi, na baadaye timu ikaanza kuweza kupoteza mwelekeo. Ndio baadhi ameyazungumza, lakini kwa timu zinginezo ambazo zinacheza hizi weekend ambazo zinakuja, una kila sababu ya kuweza kujituma kiwanjani, maana yake Sebastian mwenyewe atakuwa anaangalia mfano kama derby ambayo inachezwa na mechi nyinginezo ili kuweza kutoa nafasi. Last, I want you to just talk to Kenya, Sebastian, as we are winding up. This is your team. This is the team that you selected. You have believed this team.
It's not my team.
It's our team.
The team of Kenya. For all Kenyans.
For all Kenyans. What are you targeting? Group stages, quarter, semi? What's your target?
I already told you it would be fantastic to be qualified in the last best 16 team in Africa. And after, we can continue to do him, of course. I try to train my players to do him every time. In their mind, I want it. We need to be happy to evaluate under pressure. That means we are at the high level.
Thank you.
There is some reality in football. We will be also there to learn and to try to send a good image.
Thank you so much, coaches, for your time. We wish you all the best. We'll give you all the support.
We need your support.
We wish you all the best too.
Na bila shaka Sebastian mwenyewe tungezungumza naye kwa kirefu zaidi, ameweza kufafanua, aliweza kuyafafanua, lakini kwa hivi sasa naona mwelekezi wangu anasema tumalizie hapo. Bila shaka tukatakia kila laheri, tukirudi tutakuwa tuna mengine mengi katika SEMA na